Even when you extend a helping hand or offer support, it's crucial to realize that without the individual's willingness to transform their life, your efforts may end up futile and exhaust your resources. Central to Stoic philosophy is a powerful principle: decisively reject engagements with such individuals. This isn't merely a refusal, it's a strong statement of self-control, safeguarding your peace of mind, and choosing relationships and decisions that enrich your spirit. Explore how Stoicism empowers you with the bravery and insight to establish firm boundaries and decline involvement with those who compromise your emotional health. This path leads to self-esteem, genuineness, and a profound understanding of oneself. Epictetus, a Stoic sage, believed our reactions, rather than events themselves, shape our emotions. His unwavering dedication to aiding others is exceptional in our times. Nevertheless, it's important to acknowledge that sometimes, even with the best intentions, an individual may lack the motivation to change. Before you invest your efforts in seemingly intractable problems, join us in this video as we explore definite signs that you need to refuse involvement with certain individuals, which could otherwise lead to a dead end. We'll discuss 9 types of people who, for various reasons, may not welcome your help and may need to confront their own challenges independently. Remember to subscribe to our channel before we delve into the first archetype of a person resistant to assistance, keeping you informed with essential insights. 1. People caught in their own deceptive narratives. Some individuals are entwined in self-created false stories, which goes against the Stoic practice of honest self-assessment and authenticity. This behavior amounts to masking issues. Stoicism teaches that growth emerges from facing our errors. The main issue with these individuals is their strong belief in their false narratives, obstructing their ability to appreciate different viewpoints. They fail to recognize that our minds can warp reality, driven by emotions rather than seeing it as a way out rather than a trap. These individuals often don't mean to cause harm. They are stuck in a harmful cycle of self-destruction, possibly stemming from past traumas that formed their need for acceptance. These difficult experiences led them to construct a comforting yet false version of reality. Assisting them is challenging as they have erected a formidable mental barrier. Your attempts to help might backfire. You could try to convince them of one truth, but they would adamantly defend their delusion, even in the face of clear evidence, twisting it to fit their skewed perception. Change is only possible if they realize their error, often needing a mental health professional, if they choose to consult one. This mindset mirrors current political discussions, where individuals cling to their beliefs, disregard logical inconsistencies, and insist on being correct, regardless of the facts. And why is that? 2. Those who exploit kindness. Possessing deep empathy for others' feelings is rare and commendable. The Stoics greatly appreciated empathy, the capacity to understand others' emotions without judgment. However, it's essential to be cautious of those who misuse our kindness. Some individuals perceive empathy as a vulnerability and feign friendship to exploit you. How do you recognize them? Observe their behavior. True friends seek assistance when genuinely needed, while these opportunists frequently ask for favors they could easily manage themselves. Speaking of friends, here's a thought-provoking question. In today's world, where our empathy for animals often surpasses that for fellow humans, how many true friends do you have? Share your thoughts in the comments. I can count mine on one hand. These deceitful friends know how to manipulate your emotions, starting with flattery like, "You're such a good friend. Could you?" It's normal to request help occasionally, but they make a habit of it, even when self-sufficient. They disregard your time's value. It's frustrating because you might hesitate to assist, yet end up conceding. They manage to induce guilt for refusing, even if you've previously helped without seeing any change in their conduct. It appears they seek your company more than actual assistance. However, this person is depleting your energy that could be better used elsewhere. They believe there will always be someone to rescue them. Our advice is to distance yourself from these individuals without guilt. Remember, your priority is self-care and honoring your commitments. 3. Self-centered individuals. Some people are so absorbed in themselves that they believe the world orbits around them. For example, if you express frustration about city traffic, they might dismiss your concern simply because they haven't experienced it. And when you share positive news, like a new job, they find a way to shift the focus to their own job dissatisfaction. It feels like they drain your joy and replace it with their own issues, making it seem their life is superior or more chaotic than yours. From that moment, they dominate the conversation, making it all about their feelings. Do you know someone like this, who strives to outdo others in everything, whether in achievements or misfortunes? Your thoughts and emotions seem insignificant. Would you still choose to support someone who only thinks of themselves? If yes, do you have enough self-belief to request they become more considerate of others? Remember, if you try to help someone grow, but they are not ready to change, your effort will be wasted, and worse than wasted effort is squandered time, a precious resource. However, if you're on a path of personal growth and surrounded by negative individuals, they can hinder your progress. It might be more beneficial to keep your distance from these people, especially those who never admit their faults. Such individuals struggle to accept their mistakes, showing a lack of self-awareness and humility, traits valued by philosophers like the Stoics. They often blame others and attribute their issues to bad luck, rather than reflecting on their actions. They don't consider the impact of their choices and, when things go awry, they point fingers at external factors, never assuming responsibility. They think their decisions don't affect others or simply don't care about the consequences. Assisting them is difficult, as they resist acknowledging their errors. When things go wrong, they typically say, "It wasn't me." If you believe you can teach them humility, you might be wasting your time. When facing adversity, these individuals tend to blame others or circumstances rather than owning up to their mistakes. They fail an exam and blame the teacher, get into a car accident and blame the weather or traffic, have a disorganized home and blame their job. The question arises, can you genuinely aid someone who refuses to acknowledge their mistakes? Continuing to guide them in the right direction against their resistance might not be wise. Investing more energy in this situation may prove unfruitful. They frequently complain and sometimes try to drag others down with them. Keeping your distance might be the best strategy. 4. Establishing boundaries. Stoicism teaches the importance of discerning and setting healthy limits in our relationships. This involves recognizing individuals whose actions and behaviors are toxic or detrimental. Refusing involvement with these people is an act of self-discipline and preservation of emotional health. These individuals may include those who consistently exploit us, behave manipulatively, are negative and drain our energy, or disrespect our personal boundaries. Declining involvement doesn't mean hostile rejection, but rather establishing limits that protect our emotional integrity. Stoicism instructs that our time and energy are precious and finite resources. Permitting toxic individuals to consume these resources can obstruct us from pursuing more meaningful and constructive relationships and activities. Saying no to these people is an act of self-respect and self-care. By opting to say no, we exercise the Stoic principle of concentrating on what is within our control, our actions and choices. This decision empowers us to cultivate healthier relationships and maintain inner peace, adhering to the path of wisdom and self-control proposed by Stoicism. Thus, consistently refuse engagement with those who jeopardize your emotional health and seek relationships that foster your growth and joy. 5. People who neglect planning for the future. Pondering about someone you care about, underutilizing their potential, and your inability to influence that is disheartening. It's particularly vexing when you remind them of life's fleeting nature, yet they appear indifferent. You see more potential in them than they recognize themselves. Valuing the present is essential, but it shouldn't lead to neglecting future aspirations. Our current actions shape our future selves. Genuine fulfillment stems from utilizing our innate and learned abilities to enhance our lives. These individuals possess talents in diverse areas, but the challenge is motivating them to apply their knowledge rather than just accumulating new skills. The missing element is often action. They acknowledge their potential and understand their achievable goals, but they depend on others' assistance and fail to take independent action, making it challenging to spur their growth as they lack the drive to change and merely wait for help or motivational content. Where they watched, got inspired, but then found themselves caught in a cycle of addiction to motivational videos, unable to break free. Remaining in this state hinders their progress. Ancient thinkers recognized the value of striving for a better life, thus avoiding the grip of negative emotions. 6. Individuals overwhelmed by life's shadows. Some people habitually focus on life's negative aspects. Contrary to Stoic philosophers who valued tranquility and faced challenges with resilience and gratitude, it's healthy to acknowledge both the positive and negative moments in life to maintain emotional equilibrium. Everyone encounters tough days and experiences emotions like anger and sadness. However, concentrating exclusively on life's negative aspects, overlooking the positives, is harmful. This mindset only amplifies sadness and prevents the appreciation of life's beauty. Additionally, for every positive event, a challenging one likely preceded it. If you only perceive the negative, you descend into a hopeless abyss with no self-motivation. Certain individuals excel at fixating solely on life's negative side, and aiding them can turn into an unproductive struggle as they continually present a new issue for every solution offered. Their persistent negativity can affect your mood, resembling watching a news broadcast where most stories focus on misfortunes. After suggesting multiple solutions, you begin to wonder if these people genuinely seek help, or if they prefer to dwell on complaints and attract attention. The notion that they might find dissatisfaction if all their problems vanished starts to emerge, as they seem to derive some form of validation from the complexity of their troubles for conversation. These individuals often concentrate on detailing their hardships, as if these encompass their entire existence. Common themes include financial struggles, conflicts with family, relationship issues, or job dissatisfaction. The crucial question is, can you truly make a difference in the life of someone who constantly complains about every aspect of their life and actively seeks help? It might be more advantageous not to attempt it, especially if you wish to maintain a positive outlook and preserve your energy. Allowing these individuals to navigate their own path might be a viable alternative, with the hope that over time they learn to adopt a less negative perspective and seek solutions. Instead, focus your efforts on helping those who genuinely value your guidance and are eager to improve. Otherwise, you risk becoming as cynical as the person you're attempting to aid without even realizing it. 7. Individuals who seldom take responsibility for their errors. They often shift blame onto others, and avoid introspection, conflicting with the idea that we should concentrate on our reactions to situations rather than merely assigning blame. Overlooking the management of our responses can lead to overwhelming and confusing emotions. How can you assist someone who consistently blames others for their troubles and refuses to acknowledge their own faults? If this person doesn't recognize their own errors, they are unlikely to seek improvement, believing themselves to be flawless and in need of no enhancement. There are those who habitually assign blame to others, either because they can't identify their own mistakes or choose to overlook them. They tend to hold others accountable for their lack of friends, health issues, or missed career opportunities rather than considering their own role. The most effective assistance we can provide is to let life experiences become their teacher. Eventually, they may begin to recognize the real roots of their problems. 8. People who expect the world to cater to them. Certain individuals believe that the world should accommodate all their desires and whims, perceiving themselves as extraordinary merely by virtue of existence. Stoic principles encourage us to live harmoniously with the world and others, emphasizing that respect and rewards must be earned. While well-meaning individuals might attempt to help these people adopt a more grounded perspective, often these efforts are not perceived as acts of kindness, and some may even feel threatened. Some believe that owing to their attractiveness or charm, others should perform favors for them. This mindset poses a challenge for those trying to assist, as they frequently end up being exploited. Some people feel they deserve special treatment when things don't proceed as expected, and even when assisted, they may respond with resentment and manipulation. They are likely to realize the need for change only when they encounter the same behaviors they have exhibited. 9. Individuals resistant to learning and change. Stoicism encourages self-exploration and continual personal development. However, some people resist acknowledging their flaws and prefer to remain unchanged, often blaming others for their problems. Assisting them can be a substantial challenge, as they are not receptive to advice or constructive criticism. For instance, Christian never concedes to being wrong, even when the mistake is blatantly obvious, always finding someone else to blame. Gabby disregards feedback at work on ways to improve, believing she is always correct and in no need of change. Gabriel faces repeated issues in his relationships, but consistently blames his failures on not finding the right person, rather than reflecting on his behavior. Victoria frequently encounters financial difficulties, but rather than attempting to budget or save, she blames her job for inadequate pay. In some cases, it may be wiser to allow these individuals to resolve their issues independently, without the need for continuous guidance. Stoicism underscores the importance of aligning our lives with natural laws, cultivating strong relationships, and taking responsibility for our actions. By embracing these principles, we can pursue a meaningful life in harmony with the universe. Did this video provide you with new insights? If so, comment gratitude. We're glad you stayed with us until the end. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video.